August 6, 2020. Still Thursday. Thursday all day, as we say. All right, I'm Michael. Welcome to the Patriot Hour. If you're new to the Patriot Hour, make sure you're subscribed. Never take what we say here to be 100% fact, 100% word, 100% truth. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. We're going to help you connect the dots. It's a world full of lies. You're swimming in the ocean full of lies, trying to find the truth, which is sometimes hard. If we're wrong, we come back. We admit that. We never try to be wrong. That's a big difference. Folks, the last several weeks we've seen a huge, even yesterday the hashtag Save the Children was banned, literally banned. It violated Facebook's community standards, they said. Unbelievable. Hashtag Antifa, hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag anything else is okay. Save the Children. We know, and I've gotten into this in the last several videos, able to operate Epstein, Maxwell. Were there a few others behind the scenes? Of course they were. Were they Mossad? Was Maxwell, kind of ahead of Epstein? For sure. Why did Epstein get hung out to dry? Nobody would hang out with that guy knowing everything they knew, everything from the 2008 court case, all the blackmail he had on everybody. We know the gatekeepers were the ones that went to the island, not everybody. People are like, I've put in connections. These other people have ties to this and that, and they've done some low level. Not everybody makes $100 million a movie like Tom Hanks did, and had went to the island. Others in Hollywood were trying to achieve that level had they taken enough steps, had they eventually gotten blackmailed or called over to the island or whatever else they'd participate in. Trust me that none of these people were going there to enjoy the surf and turf. There's plenty of other places to go to do that. We see Maxwell had her submarine license, that there was a sub. This island was an old base of sorts. It had some quite intriguing history, if you dig into it enough. So one thing doing this channel for 3 years, and then all my research for almost 20, or just at 20, a little over 20 at this point. When I started, it was right about 17 or so years, is the victim testimony. Over the last several days, with a lot of the free things I watch on the internet and the different streaming free, Pluto TV and all that, I was literally in my movie theater room area, my basement. I have a projector and big old couch down there. And I had taken a nap, fallen asleep late. Maybe it was late in the midnight. But when I came to, woke up, whatever, there was this documentary on, and I was having little bits of dreams because it was coming into my head as I was probably waking up and kind of coming to, and I didn't know what I was hearing, but I sure as crap look up, and it's this documentary on human trafficking. And the guy was breaking it down, and I just got done doing that other video, the greatest story never told. And when I do these videos and bring you guys the research, I'm reading things. You'll get the name of, like Epstein's case, Virginia, Groofy, her story, but it's different when you read it really quickly to actually see, like the Epstein documentary that came out with some of these people and their witness testimony. They're actually there and you're hearing it from them. It takes on a whole new demeanor. And the same can be said with the story, like I did in that greatest story never told. That young girl told her story from 6 years old to 12. She was broken. And, a lot of people don't take that into consideration. You get that, I think it's the Stockholm syndrome, and there's two different facets to all this. You got the elites that go through their schooling and they're born at a young age and they're put into this propagandas to be heartless people, there's an agenda to be done. So you got to imagine that when you're dealing with them at the age of 20 or 30 or 40, that they are 100% involved or taught something. And you think, well, how does that work? Well, if you just took a kid to an island and raise them however you wanted. You could tell them anything, you know, clothes are bad, you know, and then they would be instilled with that from birth till you get whipped into society at 20 years old. You can have somebody backwards as hell, you know. It's easy to see. So whether or not you know, some of these people at the age of 18 or 19, all of a sudden you see in these documentaries, or you hear these stories of times that they were alone or they were doing this, because it always intrigued me when I looked into Bohemian Grove, and you hear the witness testimony of the, you know, the people out of Boys Town. There was a group of the kids that actually came out. They, back in the 80s, were able to write diagrams and blueprints to the FBI and the investigators or prosecutor or the attorneys and stuff for the court cases, that they'd been in the White House, that they were trafficked there coming out of Boys Town. And it was baffling. There was no internet really back then for them to have the knowledge of how they came in back service doors and where they went down hallways and where they went, and if they matched up exactly with stuff from the White House, if you had the know-how. They were quickly silenced as far as like, you know, considered druggies and all these things they brought up against these kids to try to dismay them, but it was all factual. But it was always intriguing to me how they let some of these kids live and what made that happen on that side, the ones that get brought in instead of sold off or quickly discarded for different reasons. Folks, we're talking organ harvesting, adrenochrome harvesting, sold to the sex trades. It's all real. And like Trump has said, and like we've said here, and Trump brought up a good point just a few weeks ago, that this isn't an ancient art. This isn't something from the ancient times. Yes, it was done back then, and it still goes on today. Much, much more today because of the internet and the digital way to communicate and take pictures and send them to your clients and then arrange for the transportation of, if the person's even going to be alive. If it's other things that you're going for, then it can be shipped. Trust me and believe me that this is exactly what's happening. Those of us with the experience in the 20 years research and the different levels of security clearances we had over time and the things that we've seen, we've collectively come together to bring you a story like you've never got to witness before. It's the truth. And these complicit MSN lying SOBs, the lamestream media, are owned by these people. So imagine, and if you're not getting the picture by now, everyone ask all the people in the comments, why aren't these people going down? I don't believe anything's happening. Well, we have to show you what's been happening so you understand it. And then the people that aren't allowing people to get arrested, like I brought up in these quick stories of Barr pressuring the attorney that was in charge of the whole Epstein thing over at that area of the FBI or the Department of Justice, and he refused. And then they asked him to step down. Why isn't this Maxwell in jail? She's been out for a year. Oh, this is unbelievable. Oh, no, we're not going to do anything. And he's like, well, I think you should step down. And then he's like, no, I won't step down. And then Trump fired him. And the minute they got that lady in, I can't remember all their names, they're so new, boom, Maxwell gets arrested. The minute Maxwell gets arrested, you can systematically see Ellen DeGenerate, Oprah, all these people start stepping down, taking extended vacations, and they can't believe what just happened. I'm telling you, folks, this is going to rock Hollywood. It's going to bleed into the entertainment industry altogether. People come to me all the time. Did you hear about this actor, that actor? No, I know all about it. I quit being blown away and mind blown by Hollywood years ago. I understand it very well. I don't know every single facet of every person and all the levels of involvement, but I know damn well you never make it to the big screen unless you were selected or groomed by them and the gatekeeper decided to open the gate for you. I know that much. Talked to enough people, read enough stories, I get it. I know it. Same with the music industry. If you're in there, if you're getting promoted up and they're going to rise you to the level of 10 million a year, oh, you want to be at 20 million a year, you want to be at 50 million a year, you're going to pay. You're going to pay the ultimate price, your soul, and you're going to promote their agendas. There's many of them. You're going to promote one or more of them. And if you promote all of them, you're going to rise the ranks. You're going to get invited to Epstein Island. All right, that's how it works. Now, there's a bigger picture here. We're only scratching the surface. It's up to you. I've always said that in the end, the choice to know is yours. The information is available. These people are desperately scared. It's slow rolled in over thousands of years, year by year getting worse and worse. And all we can do is fight back against it at this point. What do we do? Well, we need everyone to know. If everyone knows, we are the storm. We won't allow it to happen no more, right? And if you know all the players, do they get to walk the streets safely? I don't see how that could be possible. Pray. Pray for the victims. Pray for the enemy. That they see the light. They see there is no way out. Pray that justice comes swiftly and accurately. Just looking at the flight logs, folks, just off of logic, it's worth looking into. And we say that to, the investigators out there. Isn't it worth? I mean, we went through all these investigations on Trump that were just made up. And you're going to tell me it's not worth looking into China and Biden. It's not worth looking into all the people that visited Epstein Island. I mean, come on. And there's more. I mean, we're missing flight logs. We know that the Clinton Foundation had the company called Wheels Up. And we're looking at that stuff now too. And that will undoubtedly show more connections when Epstein Lolita Express went offline for that amount of time. Were the missing flight logs? Well, because they shifted it to the Wheels Up. Damn, they're so busted. It's going to be glorious. One by one, these people aren't wanting to prosecute or go further. Then they get bumped out of the way and they're exposed. All right, we're going to shut this one down. Always keeping them short and sweet, giving you tidbits of information, nuggets of truth. Again, I am Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you. And we'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update. Make sure you take a look down below. All kinds of links. We appreciate all the support. Share the video across all social media platforms while you can. Drop a comment down below. We appreciate it. If you come to the Patriot Fest, August 14th and 15th in Bristol, Indiana, at American Legion Post 143, email us, Patriots Fest. That's Patriots with an S, Fest 2020, 2020. You don't spell it out, so 2020 at Gmail. And I'll get back to you with some further information on it. But other than that, if you're planning on coming, if you can make it. If not, we're going to live stream. You'll see the event, JT Wild, live in concert. Live in concert. It's going to be great. We have a great production. Really great production. For those of you that are at home. It's going to be great. Love the Patriots.